Our final honoree is one of the most dedicated philanthropists of our time. Arthur M. Blank is driven by a profound sense of responsibility to improve the lives of others and create lasting change, inspiring countless others to follow in his footsteps. Tonight, we celebrate Arthur Blank not only for his extraordinary success, after all, he owns the Atlanta Falcons, among other things, but for his unwavering dedication to service and his incredible legacy of giving.
I would hope our legacy was that our family foundation work would make a difference in the lives of other people. In a whole variety of ways, we try to make a difference and be connected. And I think that part of the grace of being born and an opportunity to live a life is to make a life that you're making a difference in the lives of other people that you're connected to, in whatever form you can do it. Well, what inspired me was a conversation I had back in 1995 at a dinner in New York. I was having dinner with Rob Walton. He said, but one of the things that we're struggling with is that, we really never really were schooled in the art, science of philanthropy when we were younger. I remember that conversation. I took it back and I said, I have 6 children, and I need to figure out how do I engage them early on and start a family foundation that really is a family foundation, not me sitting at the head of the table, but having one vote going around the table. One of the beauties of our family foundation is these collective areas of giving that we all feel strongly about. Most of these are not like quick fixes. Most of them they're multifaceted. There's lots of points of connection. And you have to understand that you're in this for the longer term, not the short term. And so meetings that we have with grantees, we want to make sure as we work with them, do they have capacity, staying capacity? Do they have a great idea? Do they have a great application? Is it working in the marketplace? Are they changing people's lives? But do they have the ability to be there for the next generation and the next generation? In many cases, it's not a question of coming in being the smartest person in the room. There usually are a ton of smart people already in the room, almost always smarter than we are. But we bring our perspective, but we understand that we're good listeners, understand what the real needs are, and then how do you respond to those needs in a supportive way. We can add a voice to that, fine, but it's a voice around a table that everybody's voice is being honored and being listened to. But then how do we support and respond to what they are living and what they're experiencing, and how do we make it better for them, give them a chance to have an opportunity with a level playing field. I've met President Bush several times, never really had a chance to talk to him about points of light. But I think it's a beautiful expression because it's not really about like one glowing light. It's about, individual points of light and the impact that individual points of light can light up a community, a city, a state, nation, world. So I think that notion of everybody has an opportunity to either light the candle or curse the darkness is a beautiful one. But to me, it's opportunities, opportunities to make a difference, opportunities to give back, opportunities to share that success, see it recycled, and how do you be an oar in the water of helping enhance the lives of everybody that you are connected to and people you don't know, but that you want to be connected to.
Please welcome to the stage 2024 George H.W. Bush Points of Light honoree, Arthur M. Blank.
Now, Arthur, before you take to the microphone, we have a surprise from a friend of yours. Take a look.
First met Arthur Blank through our joint love of sports. When we were together discussing his beloved Atlanta Falcons, and now we'd have to discuss my beloved Denver Broncos, but we really met on a golf course where we had a wonderful outing, but where I learned that this is a really competitive man. I am such an admirer of Arthur Blank, who I'm proud to call a friend. His servant leadership, where he, through his everyday actions, takes his philanthropy and his resources to mobilize and impact communities and the lives of his fellow citizens. He is so much what the George H.W. Bush Points of Light had in mind, a point of light in our democracy who cares about his community, cares about his fellow citizens, and is doing something to make both better. Congratulations, Arthur, on receiving the George H.W. Bush Points of Light Award.
Thank you. This is a very special evening for me for a long list of reasons, and I do have a script. It's only 45 pages, so if I give it to Patrick, he'll go through it in 15 minutes or less, and I'll go through it much less than that, but then it's not 45 pages. The reason I don't use the teleprompter is because I can't see out of my left eye. So I wouldn't be able to, people say, well, you get used to it, but actually I can't see out of my left eye, so I really wouldn't get used to it. But for me, it's a particular honor that I'm sharing the stage tonight with Bob Costas. So as many of you know, we own a National Football League team, Atlanta Falcons, Atlanta United, which won its match last night and is playing in Miami. And we also own and operate the PGA Tour Superstores, which is the largest golf retailer in the United States, if not the world, actually. And I serve on the board of the PGA Tour, so amongst other things. So what's really interesting is that one of my first passion in life was baseball. So this guy to my left here was a hero. I mean, whenever I saw Bob Costas, it was always baseball. It was always classic games. It was always the history of our sport. And so it's an honor for me tonight, Bob, to actually meet you personally and have seen your beautiful work in baseball and the Olympics and so many other things. So it's great. So I want to say thank you for everybody to be here tonight. First, I want to start by acknowledging and honoring President H.W. Bush and his internal giving spirit. As many people have mentioned earlier, his impact has been incredible, and you feel it in this room tonight. I want to thank you, thank the Bush family for continuing to uphold his profound legacy of kindness, mentioned earlier, generosity, and unwavering commitment to public service. I believe he would be, and he is, very proud of what continues to be accomplished under his original vision. I also want to recognize and honor all the other honorees tonight. Their stories are incredible, and each are beautiful in their own way and wonderful to listen to and be part of, and to honor those tonight. I'm also humbled to be here tonight I've asked a group of our grantees to join us tonight from Atlanta that do work not only in Atlanta but really around the nation in many ways. I'm going to ask them just to stand really briefly. Donna Highland, Children's Healthcare; Jill Sabat, National Center for Civil and Human Rights; Jamie Shepard from the Jamie Shepard from the Shepard Center; J.T. Baston from U.S. Soccer Federation; Joe Brennan from Avalon Fund; John Almond from the Westside Future Fund; Tomer Zulin, the Atlanta Opera Company; Michelle Nunn, who's one of the founders of this great organization, and CARE, CEO of CARE, and Levette Russell, who, amongst many other things, is also responsible for chairing the board of Youth Spalding Grady Hospital in Atlanta. So tonight, really, in many ways, you can all sit down now, unless you want to stand for another 10 minutes. But tonight, really, in many ways, is really about them. I want to thank you, one, for making the trip, because you are the ones that bring the hands and the hearts of people together to make the meaningful changes that we see, that we want to see in society, and that we do see. So it's really incredibly important to recognize their work and all the work that our grantee partners do in all of the institutions that we're involved in. They serve as the vital vessels for meaningful impact and allow, whether it's myself or everybody in this room, my foundation or anybody else's foundation, and all individuals, whether working individually or in community with others, to support and make the changes that we actually see in the world. So without these passionate organizations as examples tonight, our ability to make a societal impact of significance is reduced dramatically. On the one hand, you have a tremendous amount of resources. On another hand, you have a tremendous amount of needs. So our grantee partners, everybody's grantee partners, are the vessels that create the opportunity for us to make these changes that we do. So I want to take a minute, all of you take a second and thank your grantee partners, with a round of applause, please, because you're all beautiful people. I also, as you saw in the video tonight, I have 6 children. I was playing golf many years ago in Scotland. I had a caddy who was walking with me, and he asked me the age of my children. I told him so. He said, well, either you had two wives, or actually I've had 3 wives. Either you have 2 wives or she's really a remarkable woman. So I'm blessed having 6 great children. But beyond the 6 great children, I always say this, my 7th child is sitting here tonight too, the Home Depot. I want to thank the Blakes for being here tonight, and Ted Decker here tonight, CEO, and the management team that's here tonight. And without the success of that great company, I would not have the opportunity to do all the wonderful things that I've been blessed, given an opportunity to do. So continue to say thank you with love to my 7th child, the Home Depot. Thank you so much. So President Bush's vision of 1,000 points of light is something we all think about often. And service is really not just an obligation, it's a privilege. Each time we reach out to help another, we affirm our shared humanity and we have a stronger, more united fabric of the human community that we have. And I believe, as others have said tonight, there is no greater gift than the feeling of servicing others. There is a phrase you commonly hear in yoga practices, namaste. It also is linked in Hindu philosophy to the meaning, the light in me recognizes and sees the light in you. This beautiful expression simplifies what we all dream of: mutual respect, shared grace, highlighting and recognizing the heart of others. We all carry the ability to awaken and nurture another person's inner light, inner candle, allowing for the darkness to disappear and in turn supporting their true potential. This is a superpower that each of us are born with, and it's up to us to decide how we may want to use it. How many candles can we touch? How many candles can we help light? How can we make a difference in that regard? Whether it be by our faith, our family, our community, future generations, it's up to each of us to discover, as somebody mentioned this earlier a little bit differently, to discover, I think that Patrick did, to discover our personal why. It is our individual purpose that creates the beautiful, diverse world that we get to experience. We owe it to those that came before us and those that will come after us to protect and encourage our differences while recognizing and cherishing all that we share in common. It's truly the honor of a lifetime to be a small part of the giving others the opportunity to find their light. So I want to express my thanks, heartfelt thanks, to Points of Light, the Foundation, for the incredible honor and for the tireless work that they're doing. So I also want to take a moment and recognize our honorary co-chairs who are also here in spirit: President George H.W. Bush, President Bill Clinton, President Barack Obama. Tonight is a beautiful example of what unity looks like and what humanity truly means. We are always better together than we are apart. I'll leave you, thank you. I'll leave you with a quote that resonates with me as we all push ahead as a nation and as a world. I do not mistrust the future. I do not fear what is ahead, for our problems are large, but our hearts are larger. President George H.W. Bush. Together, let's carry forward the spirit of President Bush's vision. Thank you, and God bless you all. And Bob did tell me tonight who he thinks is going to win the World Series, but I'm not going to pass that on. So, thank you all very much.